from crafting ravioli in his kitchen to becoming a household name. This is the story of the real Chef Boyardee, a testament to the power of dreams, resilience, and a love for food that transcends generations. In this episode of Celebrity Afterlife, we remember the life of the real Chef Boyardee and help to keep his memory alive. Ettore Hector Boyardee was born in 1897 in the city of Piacenza, Italy. Known for its rich history of gastronomy, Boyardee and his two brothers grew up learning how to prepare Italian foods how they were meant to be made, from the heart and full of flavor. When Hector was only 16 years old, he and his two brothers set out for America, landing on Ellis Island in 1913, and went on to settle in New York. The Big Apple, the hub where thousands before them would make a new life, set the stage for three young men with big dreams, but little money, on the road to success. Hector's older brother Paul found work right away as a waiter at the esteemed New York Plaza Hotel. Everyone who's anyone showed at the Plaza. From famous stars to Emirates and regents, the Plaza was the it place to be and be seen. Hector found work there also, in the heart of the Plaza, the kitchen. Hector's work ethic along with his skill enabled him to scale the ranks quickly, achieving the title of head chef a year later. At only 18 years old, Boyardee was quickly making a name for himself. When he heard that the luxurious Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia was looking for summer catering help, Boyardee jumped at the chance. His talent was immediately noticed by the head of events, and Boyardee was given the task of catering the 1915 wedding reception of President Woodrow Wilson to Edith Bowling Galt. The influential guests showered him with praise, impressed that someone so young was responsible for creating such impeccable cuisine. This showing for Boyardee resulted in an offer to move to Cleveland, Ohio, and take over the position of head chef at the prestigious Hotel Winton, to which he wholeheartedly accepted. Boyardee took Cleveland by storm and was immediately popular with diners. Lines stretched down the block as people clamored for a seat, anxious to devour Boyardee's delights. Cleveland is also where Hector would meet and marry his wife Helen in 1923. Together, the newlyweds, along with Hector's two brothers, opened a restaurant of their own, bringing authentic Italian cuisine to the city in 1924. The Giardino d'Italia, the Garden of Italy, was an immediate hit. During that time, fine dining was almost exclusively French. Italian food was largely unknown outside of the East Coast cities, like New York, due to its continuous influx of immigrants. People from all over the state of Ohio flocked to the Boyardee's restaurant, and the demand overtook the family's small establishment. But diners also wanted an easy way to prepare Hector's meals at home. Using what they had, Hector began selling his jarred sauce in recycled milk bottles, along with dry spaghetti, in ready-made cook-at-home kits. It didn't take long for the sale of his kits to overtake the demand for restaurant meals, kick-starting Hector's idea to take the brand national. From here, the three Boyardee brothers, Hector, Paul, and Mario, shifted their focus to a prepared foods company they named the Chef Boyardee Food Company. To improve their marketplace positioning, the brothers renamed the company using a phonetic spelling of their name, and the Chef Boyardee brand was born. Branching out, the brothers found a small processing plant in downtown Cleveland in 1928 and sold their marinara, mushrooms, and spicy Naples-style sauce to the public. True to his roots, Boyardee insisted that his products were made without artificial flavors, preservatives, or coloring agents. Before long, the Chef Boyardee Company were the largest importers of Parmesan cheese and olive oil from Italy in the United States. In 1936, the Boyardees made the move to Milton, Pennsylvania, as they needed more room to expand, something that wasn't possible at their Cleveland location. They found a former silk mill that they converted into a factory, and before long, they were cranking out more than 250,000 cans of their famous sauce daily. They also grew their own mushrooms at the new plant, and thanks to their rural location, they enriched the local community by guaranteeing the need for a steady supply of the specific type of tomatoes that they used. During World War II, the Boyardee plant operated around the clock, producing prepared meals for troops on the ground. Hector was honored by the military after the war for the company's efforts in keeping the military fed during a trying time in our country's history. During the last years of the Depression, Boyardee made the difficult decision to sell his beloved company to a larger conglomerate. Times were tough, and Boyardee wanted to ensure that his employees would continue to have jobs. He explained. He also bought and sold Milton Steel in Pennsylvania. The buyer, American Home Foods, purchased the company for a staggering $6 million, although Hector remained with the company as a consultant until 1978. In 1965, Hector and his family returned to the Cleveland area, where he passed away in 1985 at the age of 87. In 2008, American Home Foods sold the Chef Boyardee brand to ConAgra, which maintains its production still today in Hector Boyardee's former silk mill factory, located in Milton, Pennsylvania. The small community takes pride in producing a beloved American staple, made with pride from their factory located on the banks of the Susquehanna River. Today, one member of the Boyardee family remains an outspoken advocate for the legacy of what Hector and his brothers started back in 1928. Hector's niece, Anna Boyardee. Being a chef herself, Anna understands the current understanding of the shift toward fresher, more organic food trends. But she doesn't mind her family name and her uncle's likeness being blazoned on products meant to be thrown in the microwave. There is room for all different types of food, she says. There are people that are working, and their kids have to come home and make something for themselves. I try to inspire people to cook for themselves. But even when I was growing up, and my mom is a fabulous cook, she would open up a can of Chef Boyardee for us on certain nights, when there just wasn't enough time, she has stated. Her new book, Delicious Memories, is part cookbook, but also part of her family's history. Anna pays homage to the man that started it all, her uncle Hector. She takes pride in the fact that her ancestor, along with millions of other immigrants coming into our country at that time, built the United States into what it is today, a melting pot of various cultures and ethnic diversity. Anna is sure to carry on her family's culinary tradition, keeping the man she knew as Uncle Hector's memory alive. He was always generous and very happy. He would always squeeze our cheeks with his thumb and finger and say how cute we were. Her recently released documentary, My Uncle Hector, is a 44-minute labor of love to honor America's favorite chef, and to show that you can achieve anything you can dream. He was so happy to be in America. He sure did live the dream. Thanks so much for tuning into today's video. I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell to catch every episode where we dive into the Celebrity Afterlife.